Goalkeepers, nervous strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller have a new coach. And of course, in this video, we'll also be discussing Eric Chelle trying to defend, including 10 MPFL players in the team list to play against Ghana in the Unity Cup, and also the friendly match that'll come right after the Unity Cup. So let's go straight into it. First off, Victor Boniface, Nigerian international Victor Boniface, and Nathan Teller will be having a new head coach, as the ex-Man United coach has been appointed as the new head coach of Bayer Leverkusen. So for me, let's see what he can do. Let's see if it was just a Manchester United problem, because after all, he won league titles and domestic cups in Ajax. Also did very well with Ajax in the Champions League. So, and then even with Manchester United, despite the very bad run by Manchester United standards, he still won some FA Cups, I think. I did a couple of FA Cups, or at least one FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what he can do, and let's see how he would be using the likes of Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller. And of course, we know how he used Anthony in Ajax. While he was at Ajax, he knows how to get the best out of his wingers, except at Manchester United, apparently. So let's see how he uses Nathan Teller. And let's see how Victor Boniface would also warm to the idea of playing under Erik Ten Hag. Now, some people will go on and want to take him on with respect to Manchester United. Want to have that debate to say he wasn't successful at Manchester United. Now, for me, that's true. That's true. You're as good as your last job. But for me, I think Manchester United right now are really a mess, because let's be honest, you had Louis van Gaal there. They weren't happy with him, let him go. Champions League winner. You had Mourinho, multiple Champions League winner, multiple Premier League title winner, multiple domestic trophy winner in England. Still, they weren't satisfied with him. They let him go. And then you had Erik Ten Hag, who prior to coming to Manchester United was one of the most highly rated young coaches in European football. But he came to Manchester United, didn't quite work out. And we've also seen with some Manchester United players like your Anthony has gone to Real Betis and is on excellent form. They're fine form, very fine form, and he's one of the threats that Chelsea must be on the lookout for in the UEFA Conference League final. So that being said, let's see if he can show that it was indeed a Manchester United problem. But one thing that you must know is, if he goes out there and stinks up the place, then that's donezo. That's donezo for his career. But let's see how he goes. Wish him all the best. And for me, more importantly, from a Nigerian perspective, I want to see how he uses Victor Boniface, and I hope Victor Boniface gets, much deserved game time. I don't want to see Patrick Schick ahead of him, because I think he's a way better striker than Patrick Schick, in my opinion. So let's see how that shakes out. Nathan Teller as well. Let's see how he uses him. I'm pretty sure he will use him properly, very well, because he loves to use his wingers. So let's see how that shakes down. Now, let me know in the comment section what you think about this move. Do you think it's a good move for Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller? Do you think they will shine under Erik Ten Hag, or you think it's a bad appointment given how he'd play, how he'd perform with Manchester United despite all their resources? So let's move on to the next topic that I really want to talk about. Eric Chelle. You can see the quote up there on the screen. He's basically said that Nigeria has a lot of talents, and that he wanted to use opportunity to give players, to give all these talented players an opportunity to show what they can do and all that stuff. And that's why he said this in defense of having a 10 home-based players, in the Unity Cup game squad list. Now, for me, ordinarily, you would want to say having home-based players is good in a national team. In any national team, in that regard, that is very good. But then there's a question that needs to be asked. Do we really have best players in the MPFL, in Nigerian Premier Football League? I'm not quite sure, because once players do well, they leave the club. Once players show what they're able to do, score 10, 15 goals, they're off. So this issue of, or this talk of having the best players, or having at least some top Nigerian players in the MPFL, is not 100% accurate, because yes, you have the talents that come from grassroots. Yes, you have them perform at a very, very decent level in the MPFL. But once they're able to show that, yeah, I have a thing or two about me, because of how the league is managed, because of how, players are played, they leave the league very quickly. So that's one issue I have with it. The second issue I have with Eric Chelle's statement is talking about Ahmed Musa. What does he think Ahmed Musa will be coming to the tournament to show? I'm coming to this Immunity Cup to show. What do you think Ahmed Musa will showcase in this team? What do you think he can contribute? He is past his best. He's past his best. And when you're talking about talented players, you brought in the likes of Alimi into the team with 5 goals in 31 appearances. You brought Chukwu into the team, who has a similar record. And then the highest goal scorer in the Nigerian Premier Football League, as it stands, with 18 goals, didn't make the team. So how does that make sense? How does that go in tandem with what it was saying with respect to giving players that have so much talent on the domestic scene an opportunity to show what they're able to do? And for me, I don't think it makes sense. Plus, this tournament's Unity Cup for me was an opportunity to give some dual nationals game time, to give some really exciting talent that game time. Allow them have their cap. So even if you were going to get players from the MPFL, you should have gotten the very, very best at the MPFL level, as opposed to getting someone who's retired. He's not even going to play in the Russia friendly. So what is he doing in the team? He will be unable to contribute to the World Cup qualifying game. So why is he even in the team? And then I just want to say to Eric Chelle this: listen up. Probably you watch the channel. Probably you don't even care. Most likely you don't even know that it exists. But I've got to say this, Eric Chelle: don't take a bullet for the NFF. Don't think you're doing any favors by coming up to say, "Oh, we brought this. This is my choice," because we know this is not your choice. Some of the players on this team, we know they're not your choice. Because if the team doesn't perform, if the team gets walloped, doesn't qualify for the World Cup, guess who will be sacked? Guess who will be out of a job? It will be you, Eric Chelle. So I want to know what your thoughts, opinions are, in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and because you're new or you've watched and enjoyed the content so much that you haven't got to subscribe yet, please click the subscription bell, click notification bell as well, so you're notified each time a video comes on the channel. And also click the like button as well, as it helps with the algorithm on YouTube. So at this moment, I've come to the end of the video. Like I always say, do have a splendid rest of your day. Stay well and stay blessed. Bye bye.